Hello, this is Katie, and it is October 6th, which means it is World Card Making Day. So I have to make a card, but I was going to make a video and probably a card anyway. So this is day 6 of a video every day in October, and I'm going to make 2 cards, so it'll be 14 and 15 in my Halloween cards series. And I'm going to be doing some blending, and then also I'm using this Hero Arts little witchy feet. I think it's called Witch Feet. It's DC 161, but it's called Witch Feet Stamp and Cut. So it's the one that comes with the die. They fit all 3 feet. I'm going to be using these 2. I think they'll just be more fun. I'm going to do some watercoloring. And then these 2 sentiments, I think. So I think I'll do that part first, and then we'll do the blending on the background. So I need to open this, obviously. I'm going to end up tearing this because I'm going to store them in another way anyway. So we'll get this off. This was just too cute. I think I was grabbing the dies. This is a really nice die. For one of the first Halloween Lawn Fawn stamp sets that I never got the dies for. And I think this was scrapbook.com. And a couple giveaway sets for the last giveaway I did with the 2 little Lawn Fawn sets. And then I saw this and had to have it because it is adorable. So I'm going to mount up. I wonder if I can do both of these at once. This is on this is Bristol cardstock. I think I'm going to do my platform just in case. I will be using the, what's it called? VersaFine ink. And it's a pretty good impression the first time because it's very pigmented, but just in case I need to do it twice. Oh, we need to do embossing bag because I'm going to be clear embossing it with clear powder over the black ink so that I can watercolor without smearing it. So I'm going to put these down far enough apart to die cut them. Can move the magnet over. And then the VersaFine Onyx Black pigment ink. This is pretty inky, so I don't want to do too much. Hopefully these stamp okay. I'll do one more. Hopefully it won't add too much to it, and it'll give it enough ink for the powder to stick to. The powder tends to stick to more of the areas if it is there's a little more ink to it. I've noticed that it doesn't grab sometimes. That should be fine. It doesn't look like too much ink to me. So I'm going to wipe these down really quick. I apologize if I have to clear my throat or if I cough or anything. I have a tiny bit of a sore throat. I am lucky that it's not more than that, but I haven't been sick in a very long time, so it's kind of annoying. Okay. I'm just using alcohol swabs for these. That's probably a huge no-no on clear stamps. I've talked about this before. They haven't hurt my stamps yet, and my stamp chamois isn't wet right now, and I didn't go get it wet, so. The ink will stay wet for a little bit, so I have some time to put those away. Oops. Hopefully I didn't bump you. Okay, so we'll take this out. Grab a piece of paper to do the embossing powder. I just use printer paper for this. And then we will use the clear powder. Oops. And you can tell it catches it when it looks a little foggy white. The only thing about this is that when the clear powder catches on the inside of the image, like somewhere on the shoe itself, it's kind of annoying because it has sealed in the white of the cardstock, and then when you watercolor over it, it's it won't color. Obviously, it has sealed in clear embossing powder over white. So I'm going to heat up my gun and then melt this, and then I'm going to zoom in for the watercoloring. So, one sec. Okay, those turned out really cute. So I'm going to be using I'll show you the card bases in a little bit after we color. I'm going to be using my Gansai Tambi. This is super zoomed in. I'm sorry. Let me zoom out for a second. This is the Gansai Tambi watercolor set. I think it's 36 of them. No, that's more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just kidding. Yeah, it's 36. I just got it on Amazon. It was a pretty good price. I think it was 20 something, 21 something maybe. And I haven't really used them a whole lot. I swatched them on the lid, so that's in front of me so I can see what they look like. But I figured I'd give my little Zig Clean color markers a break and try some watercoloring. So I think one of them, let's tuck this under here, we'll do some purple. And the purple, I really like this purple down here. It looks very maroon, but then it comes off very, I don't know, like bright purple. And this is a little different for me because normally I'm just putting the marker, a little bit of the marker down and then kind of spreading it with color. So I'm not sure how splotchy this is gonna look. Hopefully not. Probably just needs more water involved. I just thought this purple would look neat. Just pick up more of the color if it's a little too thin and go down, oops, into the heel. Okay. I think we'll do some green. I like this bright green here on the stockings. I'm not sure if I am supposed to or I should maybe dry it with my heat gun just a little bit, just so it's not wet for longer. I will use this darker purple up here just for the little band at the top, and then I think for these shoes as well, I just really like this purple, and I think I avoided any embossing dots sealing in the white background, so that should be good. That was a little more watery. I'm not quite sure what color I should use for the spiderweb stockings, maybe a gray or something. I'm going to be Distress Oxide ink blending, and then adding some stamps to the background as well. In like pink, orange, and yellow. I'm hoping this all goes together well. So I kind of honestly want like a gray, but there really isn't anything like that aside from the black here. So maybe if I just dilute it a little bit, I know that it's not going to go down fully black, but if I just kind of, yeah, that's kind of grayish, just like a light, it's not going to be as black as the ink and the stamping, so it's going to come up more gray, which is what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to dry this because I do need to die cut them. Didn't use a lot of the colors in there, but just wanted to play with it a little bit. So I'm going to, so this is the color swatching that I did on it that they give you space for, so I can use that because they definitely look a lot darker in their little palette. So I'll just dry these a little bit and then die cut them, and I realized I was not zoomed in for that, so I am sorry. I'm sure that's plenty. I don't want to remelt the embossing powder, so hopefully the coloring wasn't too far away. I didn't realize I hadn't zoomed back in after showing you the watercolors. Okay, save that piece. All right, so just for the sake of some time, I'm going to die cut these out, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I die cut these two out. I'm going to put up part of the card base. So I have a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 card base. I'm making 2 of them. That's orange. And then I have an 1/8 of an inch less all around in black. And then I'm going to be Distress ink blending white on an 1/8 of an inch less than the black. And then we'll be doing some stuff to that background. So we'll just get these ones centered and set aside. And then I'm not sure I've ink blended yet without taping it down because I want it to go to all the way to the edge. And then the sentiment is going to be, I'm going to do a white embossing on these little pieces here. So we're just going to go with it. I picked up spiced marmalade today. I thought I didn't have an orange. I had carved pumpkin this whole time of oxide. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't trying to use orange until now, but I was out and I don't know what I have at home. So the carved pumpkin is a little brighter. It's more like what's on here. I'm not sure what that is. but this is spiced marmalade and then squeezed lemonade for the yellow. And then abandoned coral, like pinky red. So I'm going to try and make this work. I might do, this one has none on it. I might do dab off a little bit of it. The oxides are a little easier to get on there though. So let's see how this works. And then I'll just have to clean up my craft mat. I'll just dab off some of that. We'll do yellow. Oops. It is a little bit harder when they're not taped down and I'm not holding it with anything, so get some more orange through the middle and the pink, and then try and blend the orange into the yellow. Okay, so that works for me. I think I'll do a diagonal one and then one just in thirds. And I have to keep an eye on the time I have left on my phone for recording. Alright, so I've got pink. I'll do orange. Down the middle. Oops. This is hard work. I'll get some yellow. I think I need to look into, excuse me, a darker yellow. This is the squeezed lemonade that came with the April Simon Says Stamp kit. I am getting Velcro pieces on me. That one came with squeezed lemonade and Mermaid Lagoon, I think. And I think this yellow and this orange just aren't gonna blend that well together. That's okay. Set those aside for now. And then I'm going to do some water. And I have a paper towel ready to soak it up. So I'm going to spray like that, and then also kind of drip maybe some big splotches on it. And then we'll soak that up. And then I'll dry it with the heat gun just so it's not wet, too wet. And I'll just wipe up all of the ink. I think I need to resist the need to put white and black acrylic splatters like in my last video all over this. I do want to, I'm going to dry it, and then I do have some images I'm going to stamp onto the background instead. So I'll dry this a little bit with my heat gun. Okay, and then using the VersaFine ink, because I won't be touching it anymore, so I won't be able to smudge it, I'm going to do some web. I have three things from this, I think it's Newton's Perfect Pumpkin. It's the bat, the web, and then the spider. I know I wanted a web like this, and that I happen to have that set out from like yesterday. And I'll actually go down here a little bit. The sentiment is going to be kind of centered, so I have a little more on the edges we can do. And then the spider, he'll be coming down. Sorry, trying not to cover myself in ink today. He can be coming down from a few of them. Just kind of eyeball it. The witch feet are going to be, I don't know, covering up maybe some of this area anyway, so we'll just make kind of a background. That's okay. He doesn't need to be dangling. I kind of like just the spiders, but I want to add some bats too. I think they will fit in just fine. Oops. Oh. We'll do one in the corner there. Okay. So those look kind of cool. Okay. So I'm going to get ready to do the sentiment, but I need to save some time, so I'm going to pause. Okay, so I'm going to, I've just mounted up the stamps. I had to clean off a couple of the others to use the blocks. I have more blocks, I just didn't want to get more out. We're going to be using the I'm the Good Witch most of the time and Witching You a Happy Halloween for the two sentiments, and then I'll be using the clear Versamark embossing powder, and then white, or sorry, embossing ink, and then white powder. Okay. And then I need this, and I will use, I thought I had tweezers nearby. Kind of do. Okay. Cutting it close on time here. Okay, so that one's good. Guess I don't really need tweezers. Okay, that's good for me. All right, so close this up and then melt these two, and then we will put everyone on the card. All right. Okay, so I'll give those a second to dry. I'm going to put these onto the cards. I want them to open like a book. So try not to smudge any of our background designs. But now they have embossing powder on them. Oops. I'm not going to touch it too much. And then just try and clear some of that off. Okay. Try not to touch any of the ink that is still wet. Okay. So then these and the witch feet are going to be propped up on foam. I will just tear a good amount from my foam roll. And then I want these to be like about there. Oops. Kind of ripping the black part on the back. And then that in the middle. And I have barely a couple minutes left. So on the back side of the feet, they're just going to go on random cards because they're both, I don't know, they're not going to match anyway. We'll get one piece on the shoe base. And then do some skinnier pieces. You can usually tear this stuff. It's pretty good about that. Or you can trim it if you're not running out of time like me. So I'm just going to prop those up a little bit and center them. And then I have this spare, oh, that didn't work. This spare piece. All right. Wow, we are really getting it close. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on there, center her, make sure they're on the same level, and that is it. Cards 14 and 15. Thank you for watching. Bye.